Grace and peace. My name is Shannon Russell. This is my video diary for the Empowerment Zones, and this is for the one that took place on October 22nd, 2012. Today, we talked about accountability, and we watched some video clips from the movie Courageous. And we were talking about, the different things that come with accountability and how we're accountable and how we hold others accountable. And one of the things, an analogy came up as far as, a sports analogy. So if you're playing basketball, when the coach is around, you're practicing hard. But what are you doing when the coach is not around? Are you practicing hard or even harder? Or are you going half speed loafing around? So, and it came up, about how when we have an audience, sometimes we tend to put our best foot forward. We're more, watchful of what we do and things like that. And I thought about it with myself. I used to coach AAU basketball, and I had a standard for the kids that I held them accountable to, but I knew that I had to go above and beyond that standard I was holding them to. So when I was around them, I was definitely mindful of the things that I told them that I expected of them, but in turn, I had to be mindful of what I did to make sure that I go above and beyond that. If you're going to talk it, you got to walk it. So I was really trying to not do as I say, but not as I do, but really do what I was saying. And so it made me think about, how there's others that I've held accountable. So I've held myself accountable to that standard that I expect them to hold their self accountable to. But as far as myself, I haven't had a person that I just basically verbalized and say, I want you to be my accountability partner or hold me accountable. Or even could have been persons like, I want you to hold me accountable in this area, you in this area, you in this area. But I've never done that. And mainly because I've been a closed book, I've held everything in for the most part. And now I'm being more open. And that's why this empowerment zone is definitely going to be beneficial towards me, because it's at a point where I'm willing and I understand that it's necessary to be open, to share. So this is a form where I can do that, and it's no pressure. It's just coming, talking, basically just brothers together, just speaking, sharing your heart. Basically, in this session, we were talking about, from our curriculum, Every Man's Battle, was things you can do in dealing with, your every man's battle with sexual temptation, the things you can do, to avoid certain things, and basically like putting an action plan or tactics that you can use to avoid certain situations. So, basically we talked about, share some experiences and different things that we can do, we've done to try to avoid, the sexual temptation and the things that come with it. And just, myself, I gave a particular example that I was in. After class one day, I'm walking out of class, headed to the gym, and, I'm looking at my phone, and I look up, and there's a female in front of me, and, so instead of staring, because immediately I thought about, things we've discussed and that I read in a book. So I said, I'm not going to sit here and stare. So, I was like, but she's just right in front of me. So I said, well, I'm going to go on the other side of the street. And that way I can just avoid it altogether. So I think what this empowerment zone is doing is building a camaraderie so that we're a part of the herd, because we all men deal with this sexual temptation. We all have a battle with sexual impurity. So we're a part of this herd. So this empowerment zone is building a camaraderie with us that we can stick together in the herd so that we can, move together and grow together, so we can avoid situations like that. So we can avoid isolation. And the thing I thought about was not only that it'll build that camaraderie where we want to stick together with the herd, but also, when I watch National Geographic and I see things like that, like I see, one animal stray from the herd, it seems like the animal just strays away and that's it. Like, other animals, however they communicate, try to, get them, or I don't see a few of them try to go over there, with that one that goes away, it just goes away, and then here come the lions and they pounce. But I believe with the empowerment zones, with us building this camaraderie, us sticking in the huddle, that if we see one of our brothers straying away, we're not just going to let him go. We're going to be like, hey, man, get back over here. What are you doing? We're in this together. Stick with us. And so we're going to try to keep them from going, not just where they're going and that's it, so much for him. Now you're about to get pounced on. No, we're not about to let you just leave like that. We're not about to let the devil just take you. Nah, we're going to fight for you. And prayer is our weapon. And that's the thing that comes from the empowerment zone, is that, we share in this group because men talk. You know, we getting together and we talking and we're open, so we're sharing, and we can use our weapon, which is prayer, first and foremost. So we always got each other's back in prayer. But two, you know, in that case, it's like if we see you straying away, you know, it's not just one, but as a group, we can go get you. So, you know, we're still in our herd. So maybe our herd was going straight, but maybe we had to veer over a little bit to go get you, to keep you in the herd. But we're keeping you in the herd. We're not letting you go. You try to go up by yourself, like, nah, man, stick with us. So I think that's the main thing that, you know, I took out of this past session. I really see how the camaraderie has built, you know, with us over the time, where we've been open, we've shared, you know, we've been honest, we've been supportive of each other. And I can just see the growth from that has come because of it. And I really appreciate it because it's like we're just getting together with the fellas. It's not like, oh, I'm going to the empowerment zone. You know, you're good, let's get this knocked out. But it's like you look forward to it. I mean, I don't speak for myself, but I can tell by the other brothers, they enjoy it as well, just like myself. So I really see the benefit of it as we're growing together, but it's developing relationships that maybe wouldn't have developed to this point if it wasn't for this. You know, I can't say that. But I feel like, you know, it's building lasting relationships where, you know, we'll be able to get together to watch games, to, you know, have heart-to-heart talks, or just, you know, hang out, whatever the case may be, because of this, because it provided an avenue that was consistent. You know, it's one thing to get together every now and then, but this has been consistent. It's been every other week. So, you know, you look forward to seeing your brothers, you know, and you know what I'm saying, you get a camaraderie, a vibe, you know, it's like it's a closeness that's there that I feel like, you know, we all are becoming accountable partners for each other. We in this together, you know, but like I said, it comes with that over time. It doesn't just happen. So this has been built up over time, and that's why I think this is excellent. I know it probably sounds like a public service announcement every time I do it, but I'm going to keep saying it because I see the benefits, you know. This is going to help our church grow because we're getting together and it's developing relationships that probably wouldn't be developed if you don't have this type of platform consistently. It's one thing to get together every now and then, but the consistency where the relationships grow. You know, if I'm around you every blue moon, okay, I'm only going to have so much I'm willing to share or whatever or trust. But when I'm around you consistently and I see your character, you know, and I can see you're trying to live the life, then that speaks volumes. Talking is therapeutic. Getting stuff out is therapeutic, and I realize that because I held so much in that, you know, it's also therapy for me, you know, as another aspect, you know, because like I said, I really didn't talk that much about my feelings or just life experience in general, and this is an avenue. So I knew when this was coming about, I said, you know, I need to be a part of this because this is going to help me grow. It's going to help me continue to grow, and it's, you know, it's a time where I'm willing to talk, so I need to be a part of this. And I have no regrets. I mean, you know, I'm glad I was a part of it. You know, looking back, I'd have been, you know, knowing what I know now, I would be upset if I didn't become a part of this. Encourage anybody, you know, when it rolls out again, definitely be a part of it because, you know, you don't know what's going to come out of it. You don't know the relationships that will be built. You don't know the people you come in contact with, you know. And ultimately, you're going to learn so much from each other. You know, we all share, and literally you can pick up something from the other brothers in there to help you in your way. And I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, we all have experiences and we should learn from it, you know. Like I said before, iron sharpening iron, and definitely that has happened in our sessions because, you know, I'm dealing with something and then I get wisdom from somebody that's dealt with it, you know, and then somebody in there that maybe, you know, is going to come up to them, you know, they already got some insight ahead of time. So, I mean, it's positive, you know, it's a win-win situation as far as I'm concerned, you know, and you're definitely going to get something out of it. I mean, I've got so much out of it, and it's helped me grow as a person. Like I've said, you know, I've been open. You know, I've been a closed book for a long time, but I've been open, you know, shared, and wasn't apprehensive about it in this. Just, you know, shared, and that was it, you know, and this was a platform to help me grow. And so I definitely had growth from this. This is part of my growth, and I know this will help me continue to grow. So it's done so much for me personally, and I feel like it'll do the same for anybody that's a part of it.